This is a video on how to do a delivery on the Prius V.
At the beginning of every delivery, the first thing you want to do is hook up the customer's phone. So first you'll click this phone icon located here, and then select yes. And then you will go to the customer's phone, go to settings, Bluetooth, turn on the Bluetooth, and then select the device. Whenever that pops up, click the blue eye next to connected and turn on show notifications. That allows the text messages to come through. First thing I like to go over with the customer is the radio. So once you click audio, this is what pops up. You have AM, FM, and 3 free months of satellite XM. You also have USB and auxiliary ports located down here on the right side. You also have Bluetooth audio to play music wirelessly, CD player located there, and with this vehicle you have Entune app suite, which means you have the options for Pandora, Slacker, and iHeartRadio. Now, first, I usually ask the customer if they have any favorite stations. So once they tell me which station they like, I'll go to it and then just click and hold to set their first preset. On these vehicles, you have 36 different presets. You also have this station list button that takes all the nearby stations and categorizes them into different genres. Now that it's listed everything into separate genres, you can select one and it'll show you the stations that play in that genre. You also have this pause button right here. If you pause it, it will save up to 20 minutes of the radio, and then if you click play, it'll play from where it left off. And you have this live where it'll play real time. And then you also have this sound button. You can adjust the sound however you like. Under apps, you have navigation. So in order to enter in an address, you would click the destination button and then address, and then you would click select state and then type in the city, and then type in the street name without the numbers first, and then type in the house number. Now that we've entered the address, you can select this mark button and it'll save in your address book. You have up to 100 different addresses that you can save in the address book, which is located on the home screen of the navigation here. And as you can see, it's saved. Now if you want to delete an address, you would select options, delete, and then select the address you would like to delete, and then click yes. You also have point of interest. If you click name or phone number, you will type in the business name or phone number you're trying to locate and it'll look it up for you. You also have category. If you click near here, you can select an option and then it will list out all the places nearby that have that specific category. Now with most customers, I like to go ahead and set their home button if they would like to. Make sure to ask them every single time, because some people would not like for their home address to be saved in the navigation. But if they do, you would just click this go home button and then yes, and then you click address, and then you would type in their address, and after you do that, every time you click go home, it'll go ahead and put their address in, so that way they don't have to enter it in manually every single time. You also have these 1 through 5 spots, which you can do the same thing with. So for instance, you could put work, family, or friends in those different spots. Now with the Entune app suite on here, you also have this web search button. If you click destination search, you can type in an address in here that might not be saved on the map card. So for instance, there was a woman trying to get to Ovapa, West Virginia, and whenever you select West Virginia and start typing Ovapa, this map card does not have that address installed. So what you would do instead is go to web search and destination search and type that in there, and it'll take the data off your phone and look up the longitude and latitude and insert it into the map card, so that way you can still get to that address even though it's not saved on the map card. Next, we'll go over the phone. So you have all the contacts listed. If you select the little star next to anyone's name, it'll save in the favorites list. You also can save by selecting their contact and clicking add favorite. You also have call history, so you can look at people that you've called recently, and you also have a dial pad to punch your phone number out. This top right envelope is for text messages, so whenever I receive a text message, there will be a pop-up on the screen. It will say read or ignore. If you click read, it reads it out to you through the speakers, and then if you click ignore, it saves on this list. You also have this eco button that gives you your energy monitor, letting you know what battery life you have. Keep in mind with the Priuses, every time you press on the brake pedal, it recharges the battery. So there is that. And then you also have this trip information that gives you your average miles per gallon over 15 minutes and your range and average speed. If you click past record, it gives you past miles per gallon, average, and best. Here you have traffic. If you select traffic event list, that lists out all the roads nearby that might have traffic on it. And you also have predictive traffic map. That shows you a map of how the traffic's moving, and if you click this arrow, it predicts 15 minutes from now, 30 minutes from now, and 45 minutes from now. Now keep in mind with the traffic and weather buttons, they run off the HD radio signal, and if there is not an HD radio signal nearby, it will run off the data off of your phone if you have the Entune app on your phone. So with that being said, whenever you get in a car with a customer, you always want to let them know to go to the App Store, type in Entune, and make sure they install it. Usually with every single customer we have at Reinhardt, we go ahead and set a account for them already with their email address they provide us, and we set the password as Toyota and whatever year their car is. So with that being said, I've already logged in, and whenever it's on this gray screen with disconnect at the bottom, that means I am connected to the vehicle. But if you select disconnect, it lists out all the apps that are on the car as well. Now some customers would like to go ahead and link their Pandora, iHeartRadio, or Slacker to their vehicle. So in order to do that, you would have to click this settings button right here. On Androids, there's 3 dots at the top. You would select the 3 dots and click options, and it will take you to this screen. And then you would click account linking. And as you can see, all mine have already been connected. All you would do is select which one you would like to connect, and then type in your email and password for that account, and then it will sync up to your phone and your car. But because I've already got all of mine, we'll go back and click connect to vehicle, so that way I'm back on the vehicle. So now we can go to the audio and go to Pandora. As you can see, all of my stations have listed under Pandora. Now if you select weather, you can click current weather, and it gives you temperatures and percentages. You also have a 3-day option and a 6 to 12 hour option. If you go back, you also have a weather map. That shows you a whole radar of where you're at, and you can zoom out and see the entire state if you want to. Now if you go over, you have maintenance. With every customer, I like to go ahead and set their maintenance for their oil change and tire rotation, because with every single vehicle, it'll be 5,000 miles for the tire rotation and 10,000 miles for the oil change. Now with OpenTable, you can set reservations at restaurants. MovieTickets.com is for nearby theaters, showings, and showtimes. Facebook Places, you can check in at locations and tag your friends that you're there with. Yelp is for reviews on anywhere you might be going. Sports, you can look up upcoming games, past scores, current standings on pretty much anything. Stocks, you can add different stocks you're interested in to see them change over time. And Fuel Guide is the best one in my opinion. It looks up nearby gas stations, prices, and how far away they are. And if you select price, it lists it from lowest price to highest price, so you can find the cheapest gas nearby. This is the home screen. Whenever you select this home button here, it will pop up. You have your radio on this side, you have your navigation here, and you can click and hold these 4 spots and set different speed dials from your contacts, so that way whenever you select the person, it'll start immediately calling them instead of having to look for them in your contacts and selecting their phone number. And keep in mind with the navigation, if you would like for the arrow to turn with the vehicle, you will select this compass up here, and now the arrow will turn with the vehicle. These are the climate control settings. Now this has automatic climate control, which means if you click this auto button, it will automatically adjust the fan to get to whatever temperature you have set. So if you turn this up, the fan goes down because it's not trying as hard to get to that temperature, just like the thermostat on a house. And with this knob, you can go over and change the direction of the air if you'd like to, and change the temperature, and then move it over and change the fan. Keep in mind, if you do change anything besides the temperature, it will turn that auto feature off. And then if you select this button here, it circulates the air only in the front of the vehicle instead of the back. Now the thing that's different about Priuses is the gear shift. So this is the gear shift here. If you push this over and then up, it goes into neutral.
Reverse.
And as you can see, it does have a backup camera. If you just push it over and hold it, it's in neutral. And then if you push it over and down, it's in drive. And if you push this down, that's a braking system. Now with this braking system, it's kind of like an extra brake pedal except with your hand. So if you're driving, you can push this down and it will start the brakes. And this here is park. This is for your heated seats. If you select L, that will be the driver's side. If you select R, that will be the passenger side. In the middle, you have a 12 volt, which charges most devices. These buttons here, EV mode, if you select that, it will let you know if your battery is too low for that option, but basically it runs the vehicle on the battery instead of on gasoline, which is quite irrelevant because with the EV mode, it automatically cuts on. You also have eco mode here. If you select that, eco mode will light up on the dash. That changes the gears to shift slowly so you get better gas mileage, which is really good for if you're driving in the city. But if you are driving on the interstate, I recommend leaving it on normal mode. You also have power mode here. Whenever you select that, power mode will light up on the dash. That allows the vehicle to have more acceleration. So there's that. Now you also have this glove box. There is a button on the left side. You just select the button and it opens up, and you have a tray on the inside, and it's pretty deep. On the rear view mirror, you have these houses here. You can set garage door openers or gate openers for those. What the customer would do is select and hold their remote, and then they would select and hold this while they're in front of the garage, and usually it will sync up. With older garages, you may have to click a button on the head unit of the garage door opener, and then you have 1 minute to get back in the car and select and hold one of these buttons to sync it up. Here you have the windshield wipers. You can change the intermittent speed of the windshield wipers if you'd like to. If you twist this end, it'll do the back windshield. If you pull the lever, it misses the front. If you push it out, it misses the back. You also have your cruise control located here. If you turn it on, you would just click this button on the end of the lever, and then the green light lights up on the dash right there. And then once you get up to speed, you would just bump this lever down and it'll set for whatever speed you have it on. If you pull it towards yourself or hit the brake, it will cancel this cruise control, and then if you bump it up, it will resume the speed it was going. On the right side of the steering wheel are for the dash. On this I tab, if you click down, it gives you different information about the vehicle you may want to know. And then if you click right, that's a compass. Right again, that is your radio. Right again, that is a clock. And that is notifications, like if you need maintenance. And this is your settings. You also have a trip button located here. You can select it multiple times and it will change through trip A, trip B, and odometer. And if you click and hold the button, it will zero out everything from the trip. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have plus and minus for the volume. Up and down will be the saved radio stations you have on your presets. The mode button changes from AM to FM to XM to Bluetooth, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Slacker. Down here you have your voice command. Whenever you select that, this pops up. With every customer, I recommend doing the voice training. It will ask you to say 10 different phrases, and after you say those phrases, it will key in on the customer's voice and accent so it understands what the customer is trying to tell the car to do. Keep in mind, if there's going to be multiple drivers for the vehicle, make sure to tell them not to do the voice training because it will say for one specific voice rather than multiple voices. Underneath the voice command, you have answer and decline. With iPhones, if you select and hold the answer button, Siri Eyes Free pops up on the vehicle. With iPhones, that is the best way to reply to a text message. You would just tell Siri what text message you would like to reply to and send it. This vehicle has automatic headlights, so if you twist it to auto, it will automatically cut the lights on whether it's day or night. And you also have down here, this dial is to control the brightness of the dash, so if you turn it down, the brightness of the dash will go down. And then down on the floorboard, you have your gas release lever. This is the emergency brake. To turn it on, you would press it in, and then to release it, you would just press it in again and release. Every vehicle currently sold at Reinhardt has 4 years, 45,000 mile no-cost maintenance. With that being said, we go ahead and set the first service appointment for every single customer for 5 months from the day of their purchase. Every 5,000 miles, you want the tires rotated. Every 10,000 miles, you want the oil change. The customer can choose to change their day and time of appointment during the delivery, but they will get a phone call a week before the appointment is set, and they can choose to reschedule it then if they would like to. The reason why we do deliveries is to ensure that the customer is completely happy before they leave the lot. With that being said, each customer will receive a survey in their email about a week after the purchase date. The survey will ask them on a scale of unacceptable to truly exceptional how their experience was here, and we strive for truly exceptional on every single option in the survey. So keep in mind to stress truly exceptional to the customer on the survey.